Welcome to this introduction to the human design system. I'm Stephen Horn, 6'2" emotional projector, and human design can be compared to a manual that offers guidance on how to successfully navigate life, detailing our talents, skills, and our potential. It offers a map called the body graph for actualizing these and helping us understand how we are designed to engage with the world. This map also identifies areas where we are susceptible to influence and conditioning. Human design as a manual reveals how our inner guidance system operates and provides us with practical techniques for making decisions that can greatly enhance our experience of life. It helps us discover how to improve the quality of our life in a simple yet effective way. It also helps us make the right moment-to-moment decisions, resulting in improved well-being, relationships, and career choices. It helps us manage daily life challenges without getting overwhelmed. The human design offers a map of our unique genetic design with detailed information on both conscious and unconscious areas of our design. Using simple tools, it guides us to discover our own truth, to live with the self-acceptance and gain clarity about our life and our purpose. Understanding our design has the potential to awaken our innate wisdom, but dealing with lifelong habits and the power of conditioning can be challenging. Meeting these challenges takes courage and commitment. The process of rediscovering our true nature further requires both education and experimentation. By experimenting with our design, we can find out ways this knowledge works for us. The first step is to know one's type and strategy, followed by understanding our inner authority, and then identifying how and why we are susceptible to conditioning from outside influences. Once we understand our susceptibility, we no longer habitually create circumstances that force us to confront situations and energies we are not equipped to handle, bringing about changes that can remove resistance and unease. Human design is a tool that can help us understand how body and mind are meant to run in alignment and how to connect with others who can support our process. The reward that comes from living out of authentic nature is worth the time spent learning about our design and the energy of committing to this process. The insights we gain through understanding our chart offer a completely new perspective about ourselves, our interactions with others, and our place in the world. They can help us be aware of conditioning and to deal with the way conditioning affects us. Learning how to operate in alignment with our individual needs and making correct choices can lead to improved health and well-being, better relationships, and fulfillment in our professional life. This lessens or even eliminates the fears and stresses that are a part of everyday life. In this presentation, you'll learn how to transform your life in 3 easy steps. The human design system is not a belief system. It doesn't require that you believe in anything or that you believe in me. It is not stories or philosophy. It is a concrete map to the nature of being, a logical way we can see ourselves. Just the simple mechanics is enough to make a vast difference in somebody's life. The beauty of human design is that it's quite simple once you break it down into a few basic steps. 1. Discover your type and strategy. 2. Understand your inner authority. And then 3. Begin your experiment. Human design uses our birth data to calculate your human design chart or your body graph. The body graph is a graphic illustration of the energetic flow within your system, a blueprint for how you operate and interact with the world. Your body graph shows your definition, anything colored in, and your openness, anything left white. And definition reveals who you are and remains consistent and reliable throughout your life. The white open areas show where you are susceptible to conditioning and can result in what human design calls the not self. This refers to a collection of maladaptive strategies that have us act in ways that are not in alignment with our true nature. Our not self decisions are the result of conditioning from the openness in our chart. Once we grasp the information contained within our human design chart, we come to realize the power of our mind and how heavily our actions and decisions are being influenced by conditioning. The chart also provides us with simple mechanics, the strategies we can employ based on our type and authority. The essential strategy of type and authority reveals how to make better decisions and successfully navigate life. Applying these strategies helps us to be free of conditioning, and this can make a tremendous difference in how we experience life. This refers to a collection of maladaptive strategies that have us act in ways that are not in alignment with our true nature. Our not self decisions are the result of conditioning from the openness in our charts. Step 1 is discovering your type and strategy, which reveals your strategy, the first step to making correct decisions, how your aura functions and how you impact others, and your signature or not self themes, which tell you if your life is moving in the right direction. So let's begin and explore the 4 types and their strategies. First, we have manifestors, strategy to inform. We've all been told at one time or another to go out and make things happen, to manifest our dreams and intentions. Manifestors can start projects and act independently, and so it is this type, which make up about roughly 10% of the population, that has become our culture ideal of how to be in the world. However, this type of independent action is exclusive to manifestors, who are often happiest when left to themselves, doing things their way. At the same time, manifestors also benefit from the other types when provided with the energetic and creative support and advice on how to complete a project. When we have a manifestor in our lives, we often resist their natural capacity to act because we are both afraid of their independence and of how their actions affect us. A manifestor's actions always impact those around them, creating a ripple effect. The manifestor has a powerful aura that can feel rather dense and closed off, keeping others at a distance. It acts as a barrier to the outside world to protect manifestors' independence and need to be self-contained. When you are not living out of your true nature, you are primarily dealing with anger. Once you begin to observe how your decisions impact others and inform people before you act, this builds trust and paves the way for you to move freely and without resistance. This then increases the potential for you to experience your signature, peace. Next, we have generators and manifesting generators, which their strategy is to respond. Generators and manifesting generators are energy types, and by far the largest type group, making roughly 66% of the population. When we refer to generators, manifesting generators are included. They're a subtype. Generators are the great builders. They derive their energy from the sacral center, the source of generating life force. Generators have a tremendous amount of energy at their disposal, but need to know how to use this power correctly so as to not to waste this energy resources on activities that do not lead to expected outcomes. When you initiate because you are trying to make things happen, you will generally meet with resistance in the form of frustration and feeling stuck. You can end up involved in projects and activities that deplete you without leaving you fulfilled or satisfied. Over time, this leads to exhaustion and quitting. As a generator, you need to wait for what life brings you and then follow your response. Your aura is open and enveloping, taking in everything in your environment. You draw things to you, and as you are energetically designed to respond, this will tell you if something is correct for you or not. Once you respond to a person, event, or action, you can then act with the full force of this powerful energy. By learning to wait and respond, you begin to eliminate resistance and the frustration that comes from you not using your energy correctly and experiencing your signature satisfaction. Projectors, strategy to wait for the invitation. Projectors are non-energy types and make up roughly 23% of the population. Unlike manifestors and generators, projectors do not have consistent and reliable energy for working or manifesting. They therefore need to learn about efficient use of energy to sustain a certain level of activity without running the risk of burnout. As a projector, you have the potential to advise and be a guide for others once you develop your skills. The strategy for a projector is to wait for the invitation once your skills and potential have been recognized. Gathering experience through the discerning and efficient use of energy enables projectors to manage their resources and work capacity. It also enables them to advise others on how to increase productivity. They have a natural gift to be guides but need to master a field to be recognized and offer advice. Otherwise, they may come across as intrusive and run the risk of exhausting others. Because the projector aura is focused and absorbing, it can penetrate to the core of the other to know them and can naturally recognize the potential in those around them. When a projector tries to push the river and make things happen and freely offers guidance without being invited, they meet resistance. This can leave them feeling resentful and exhausted, and over time leads to bitterness from failing to be recognized. The goal for a projector is to learn how to accept the right invitations so you can effectively demonstrate your skills and experience your signature of success. Reflectors, to wait for a lunar cycle. Reflectors are very rare and unique among the types, making up about 1% of the population. With every single center open, they are highly receptive and attuned to their environment and can sense the particular quality of a place or a person. They will know when they are in a safe and healthy environment and when they're not. As a reflector, your gift is the ability to take in, sample, and reflect the energy of those around you. Due to this extreme openness in your chart, your aura is resistant and sampling, which naturally protects you energetically and moves you away from what is not healthy or conducive to your experience. What is unusual about a reflector is their relationship to the moon. Because of the complete lack of definition in their chart, the monthly transits of the moon through each gate of the body graph provides a consistent pattern to rely on. To reach clarity, it is crucial to wait out a lunar cycle, at least 29 and a half days, which enables them to assess and reflect upon a range of experiences during this period. This is a filtering process that requires patience as it brings a consistent experience of oneself throughout the month. When you're not making decisions based on lunar cycles, you are likely to experience disappointment when rushing into things without being able to reflect fully. The goal for you is to keep an interest in and be surprised by all that the world has to offer. How do you know if you're living out of your unique nature or getting trapped in homogenization? You will know by observing the signposts of your type. For manifestors, are you experiencing more peace and less anger? For generators, are you living with satisfaction and less frustration? For projectors, are you finding success and less bitterness? And reflectors, are you experiencing more surprise and less disappointment? Knowing your type and corresponding strategy is the first major step towards transformation. Next is knowing your personal authority. This internal guidance system is the body's mechanism for helping us determine what is healthy for us and what isn't. Together, your strategy and authority become the bedrock of personal development and are the main tools you need to start making the right decisions. Approximately half of the population has emotional authority, which means they need to ride the wave of consistently shifting emotions to come to a place of truth. As an emotional being, you need to experience things fully. The capacity to accept what is, to handle upset or elation without acting from the high or low point of either emotional extreme is vital for you. An easy way to think of this is to imagine any situation where you need to make a decision. If you're feeling great at the moment, you're very likely to make a different decision than when you're not feeling that great. Either way, the outcome may have lasting consequences as you didn't have a clear picture when making the decision. With emotional authority, it takes time to gain clarity and requires a commitment to wait out the wave of emotion and not act prematurely. Avoiding premature action when under pressure is crucial to ensure clarity. You should only move forward with a decision when you are clear about your action, or response, or invitation. Patience will allow you to experience the wave or mood swings and emotions generated by your solar plexus. Giving yourself the appropriate amount of time to process emotions allows you to make your decisions from a place of calm, clarity, and understanding. Those with sacral authority are generators, with the response mechanism of their sacral providing audible authority through sounds or words. With sacral authority, you can know immediately if you have the energy for a given task and whether participating in it is likely to be productive. For sacral authority, it's all about following your gut. Generators commonly use a whole range of sacral sounds that express likes and dislikes, consent or disconsent. For yeses, and for no's, or when they're unclear. All are sacral sounds that are great tools for recognizing energetic response before, during, or after an activity. Most will come naturally to a generator unless you have been conditioned to suppress or ignore them. Listening for sounds or tuning into your gut feeling is imperative, as this will clearly indicate how to use your energy in a satisfying way. Your sacral knows what energy it has available for what task when there is something in particular to respond to. The right question at the right time can also be helpful to uncover which direction to take. Getting an impartial other to ask you yes, no questions can help you work throughout this process. Once you allow your decisions to be guided by your sacral response, you will notice how much more satisfying and efficient activities can be. Next, we have splenic authority. This is an intuitive or instinctual authority or instinctive knowing. The inherent ability to know instantly whether something is good for you or not. Your splenic awareness means that your decision-making process is spontaneous but not permanent. Your finely tuned instinctive awareness can shift with the changing conditions of your environment and clue you in on what choices are most likely to keep you safe and alive. Navigating moment by moment, your splenic authority helps you avoid potentially dangerous situations and guides you toward security and health. Your intuition is the guiding force in your life, but for each situation, it will only warn you once. You likely often find yourself, especially after being involved in some mishap or accident, saying things like, "Man, I just knew that was going to happen." This is because you have a defined splenic center, which is an intuitive sense designed to protect you. This is a primal instinct you can trust and the one thing you can consistently rely upon to navigate through life safely. Next, we have ego authority, and there are two types of ego authorities. With ego manifested authority, you need to pay attention to what you say in the moment to honor your spontaneous voice rather than premeditated thoughts. This spontaneous voice is essential to your well-being. You must listen to what you are saying rather than get stuck or lost in what you think you should do. This might be difficult to grasp initially, but you will make sense of over time as you experiment with it. You can make and keep promises that you and those close to you can benefit from. Your willpower to support others is strong when you surrender to the truth of your voice. Ego projected authority means the heart center is connected to the G center, the center of self, which gives you a strong sense of identity. As an ego projector, your decision-making strategy is to wait for the invitation to initiate. With this comes the potential to not only initiate others, but also the experience of being initiated yourself, potentially transforming your whole life. Once you've been invited, pay attention to the questions you ask: what's in it for me? What do I have the willpower for? And what do I want? Self-projected authority is whatever you need to hear and know you will discover in the things you say. When you are invited to speak, you can discover your truth by listening to what you say. Your goal isn't to try to figure out what you should or could say. Instead, simply listen to what comes out of you spontaneously. Your truth is revealed through your identity, and when allowed, your identity will speak for itself and guide you in the right direction. With self-projected authority, you have the potential to embody a powerful identity as someone who can advise and guide others on how to be more successful once you are recognized for your skills. Environmental authority. Your decision-making tool is called the sounding board. Your authority requires that you discuss a decision at hand, ideally one-on-one, with people you trust. The more opportunity you have to openly discuss your options, the more apparent your choice will become. This isn't about getting others' opinions on what you should do, but rather them repeating back what they hear you say. Your mind operates in a consistent, specific, and trustworthy way. Having a fixed mind, you are not you're not easily influenced by the mental preferences and predispositions of others. Your mind, however, is not a decision-making authority. Lunar authority, your decision tool, is the lunar cycle. As a reflector, your type is unique, a kind of barometer that recognizes the energetic health of your surroundings. An innate sensitivity gives you the ability to evaluate what is happening energetically in your environment. Making spontaneous decisions about important issues does not reliably lead you to life's surprises. Often, sudden decisions can lead you to disappointment. As a reflector, you are the only lunar type. It takes 29.5 days for the moon to move through each gate in the body graph, and this continuous cycle creates a sequence of definition you can rely on. Wading through your lunar cycle brings a sense of stability, and when you're processing a decision, can lead to a moment of insight. You reach a point where you suddenly know what the right choice is. Giving yourself enough time is essential to gaining clarity and making correct decisions. Your human design body graph reveals simple decision-making strategies, yet becoming your authentic self is a journey that takes time and practice. As you experiment with your strategy and authority, your body renews at a cellular level, cleaning out the conditioning of the past. Time spent practicing helps you find the pattern of your own unique rhythm until it becomes a natural way of life. Over time, you will likely notice your body becoming more relaxed and at ease. Please know I am available to answer your questions that you may have about your human design body graph. Or, if you're interested in human design life coaching, simply email me at office@healingbydesigncoaching.com. Thank you, and bye for now.